Good morning to everyone. So already you know that. So myself Kumar Ved. So this semester I am going to handle engineering, economics, and management for you. It is very easy comparing with the remaining subject. It's only talking about what is the economics, and then what are the parameters are involved. Okay. So we are going to talk about one by one. Um, Before that, uh, let me I'm going to defining. So what is the economics? Okay. So anyone tell that what is the economics? Why we are studying for economics? Anyone tell that? What is the necessity of economics? What is economics? Why we are going to study about economics? Okay, the economics is mainly dealing with production and consumption of goods and services, and also dealing with the distribution. It's very helpful for human welfare. That's why we are going to talk about economics. Okay, I'm going to take one example. In nearby Perundurai, we had one Sipcat industry. So it is a considered as a special economic zone. So why government uh, initiate that special economic zone? What is the necessity? So main objective of that economic zone in the sense it going to increase the say employment for the people. Okay, that is the main objective of the special economic zone. Okay, if we get if we consider the Tamil Nadu government, they are going to start many economic zone in different places. The main objective of that economic zone is it's increasing employment opportunity for the people. Okay, so from this I'm going to defining what is the economics. Okay, the economics is it's one of the science. It's a dealing with the production and consumption of the goods and services. Okay, in the services and distribution and rendering of these for human welfare. For example, consider the vegetable market. In the vegetable market, what they are going to do? The farmer they are going to cultivate their cultivating their product, and then in order to get the profit for them, what they are going to do? They are going to sell the product for the seller. Seller, what they are going to do? They also needed the profit. That's why what they are going to do? They are going to selling the product to the end customer. So what is the ultimate goal of the economic is nothing but so all of them gets a benefited. So that is the main ultimate goal of it's focusing on the welfare of the people. Okay. Uh, okay. I will list out. So the objective of economics, the first objective is a high level of employment. It's mainly dealing with the high level of employment. Already I said the Tamil Nadu government they are started a different in the different places they started the special economic zone. So what is the objective of the special economic zone is they want to provide more employment opportunity for the people. That is the main objective. And second one is price stability. Okay, that is the second one. And then the fair distribution of the income. Okay, so that is the third objective. And then fourth one is nothing but growth. Okay, so that is our objective of economics. Okay. um, so now I'm going to share before move on to that what are the terminology we are going to use in the economics. Before that I'm going to talk about what is the goods, what are the different type of goods are available, what is the services, and then what are the different type of economics concepts are available. So first we are go through all the things, and then next we are entering into that first unit. Okay. Okay. So all of you understand what is the economics?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I'm going to start with already I defining that the economics is nothing but it is one of the science. It's a dealing with the production and consumption of the goods and services and the distribution and rendering of this for human welfare. Okay, for example, um, Okay. Okay. From this, you should know that what is economics. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about uh, uh, what are the different type of different business categories are available. Okay. Actually, the business category is divided into two things. One is called as a uh, okay. So first, I'm going to defining that what is the business. The business is earning a profit by providing the products that satisfy the people needs. Okay. Okay. Consider the SIP card, and then in the Perundurai, the special economic zones available. Okay. Here they are what they are going to do. They are going to manufacturing different products, such as one is called as a they are going to manufacturing for clothes, and then food industries are available. The main objective of uh, the businesses, they want to satisfy the people needs. Okay. And then so what is next they are going to defining about what is a product. So the product is divided into two category. One is called as a goods and services. Okay. So already you know that what is the meaning of goods. And the second one is nothing but services. Okay, it is also come under the category of business. Um, Again, goods and services, it's classified into two different category. One is called as a tangibles thing, another one is called as a intangible thing. If we consider the services, some of the services may get the profit, some of the services may not get the profit. So consider uh, uh, okay, what I'm trying to say that already I said the business is the product is divided into two category. One is called as a goods, another one is called as a services. Suppose you are doing any business, in the sense the ultimate goal is nothing but getting the profit. Okay. If we go for if we come for the services, some of the services may be produce a profit, some of the services may not produce a profit. So services are divided into two category. One is called as a profit organization, another one is called as a non-profit organization. Okay. Profit organization, for example, in the Kongi Engineering College, we are acting as a lecturer. It is one of the services. So it is providing profit for all of them. So we are teaching for lecture for the students, as well as we are getting the salary every month from the organization. This is a come under the category of profit organization. And second one is called as non-profit organization. If we consider yoga, okay, the main objective of yoga is nothing but it's focusing on the welfare of the humanities, but it's acting as a non-profit organization. Okay. Suppose we are going to start a business. In order to start a business, what are the prerequisites are needed? Okay. That thing, the showcase in the presentation. First of all, you needed management skill. Okay. For example, nowadays is very famous is organic product. Suppose I want to I want to start a organization. It's based on organic product, in the sense. First of all, I want to planning. Okay, what type of product we are going to manufacturing, how we are going to organizing, and then how we are going to controlling. So these are the skills are necessary. And then marketing. Okay, you successfully manufacturing the product. Okay, how we are going to reach that end product to the customer. For that, what type of skills are required. Okay, so these are the things we talk about in later in the third unit. Okay. Next, the main major thing is financial part. Okay, you had the plan, and then you want to execute, in the sense. First of all, you needed finance. Okay, so how you are going to get finance? Okay, these are the important factors. Okay. The next step. So the foundation of the economic foundation of business. Okay. The distribution of the resources for this for the production of the goods and services within the social system. Okay. Okay, the next thing is talking about okay, where you are going to sell your product and services. Okay, you had the resources. Okay, the resources in the sense it's talking about uh, we are going to interpret in different manner. The first one is called as we are the resources uh, classified into different categories. Suppose the land, forest, minerals, and water. These are the things we call it as natural resources. Suppose some product they want to manufacturing the product. If you consider the Sakti masala, in order to manufacturing their product, they needed raw material as well as labors. So I'm going to say that labor is nothing but one of the resources. Okay, uh, and then financial also come under the category of one of the resources. Okay, so I now and then what I'm trying to say that, so what is the meaning of resources? The resources is nothing but they classified into different category. It may be natural resources, it may be human resources, it may be financial resources. Okay, uh, okay, we are going to use the resources for the production of the goods or services within the social system. Okay. Suppose you are running college in the sense the what is the main resources is called as a human. Um, suppose you are running in a financial company, the main resources is called as a money. So based on that, the resources are classified into different categories. Okay. Okay. How the society distributes its resources to produce a goods or services. Okay, three. Okay. Uh, um, okay. The next thing is nothing but how the society they are going to distribute its resources to the producer goods and services. Okay, that is a main important factors. Um, uh, for example, so you are acting as a student. You needed uh, education system. So in order to get the education system, what they are going to do, you are going to search it in and around nearby Erode. So which one is the best college? Okay, and then you are going to find out that is a Congo Engineering College is the best one. So you approach them, and then what they are going to do, they are going to provide education system. So based on what I'm trying to say that based on your needs, okay, you want to search. Okay, you want to search in and around, and then you get it. You can get it. Okay. The next I'm going to talk about. So what are the different types of economic systems are available in real world? The economic, so different types of economic systems are available. First one is called as communism. The communism is so which are the countries following for communism system is China, North Korea, and Cuba. So what is a communism in the sense? So all the people are treated as a equal. Okay, there is no partiality of the people. Okay, and then they are going to provide employment opportunity for that employment opportunity for them. So that is called as a communism economics. And second one is called as a socialism. Second economics is called as a socialism. In the socialism economics, which are the countries followed that socialism economics is Sweden, India, and Israel. So what is the socialism in the sense? Some of the organizations are run by government, some of the organization run by the private sectors, and both of them what happen? They are going to provide the employment opportunity for the people. So that is called as a socialism. So following countries is follow the socialism economic system, the Sweden, India, and Israel. And the third category is called as the capitalism. Uh, Okay, in the capitalism is mainly it's focusing on, if you consider which are the countries following that the capitalism economic system is US, Japan, and Australia and Canada. So here, what they are going to do, most of the companies run by the private sectors, and then they are going to provide goods and services for the end customer. Okay. So whereas in the socialism, the partial companies is run by government, remaining thing is run by the private sectors, and then they are going to provide the goods and services to the end customer. That is called as a socialism. Capitalism, in the sense, most of the companies run by the private sectors. Okay, this is called as a capitalism. Okay, again, the economic system is a pure, it's a classified into two different categories. One is called as a pure capitalism, another one is called as a modified capitalism. So what is the meaning of pure capitalism in the sense? For example, I am running the companies. So yeah, I'm a CEO of the company. I want to make a decision. Before making a decision, you want to consult with the higher authority in the sense it is not come under the category of pure capitalism. For example, I want to make a decision. In order to make a decision, what I'm going to do, first of all, I want to refer the government's norms. I'm not violating the government norms. So based on that, I want to make a decision. Okay. So pure capitalism in the sense, so all the economic decision is made without the government intervention. That is called as a pure capitalism. The modified capitalism is it's just opposite to pure capitalism. Okay. So suppose you want to make a decision. So you are acting as the CEO of a company. In order to get the more profit, what they are going to do, you want to make a decision. Before making a decision, what happened? You should refer the government norms, okay, everything, and then based on that, some government intervention is there. That thing is called as a modified capitalism. Okay. So next category is called as a mixed thing. Okay. Okay. So only two thing is there. One is called as a pure capitalism, and second one is called as a modified capitalism. No one country is followed that pure capitalism. If we can consider any companies, any countries, okay, does not follow pure capitalism. Okay. Okay. When you talk about economics, the mainly people talking about what is the demand and supply. It is one of the main keywords of economics. Okay. So now I'm going to defining it. What is the supply and demand? Okay, the distribution of the resources and product, they purely determined by the supply and demand. Okay, for example, for example, in so what is the meaning of demand? Okay, the particular goods or services needed by the customer. Okay. Okay, for example, okay, consider the vegetable market. Okay, for example, what they have happened. Suppose the production of the particular tomato, it's very high in the sense what happened, the price of the product. That's why demand is very. So demand is the number of goods and services the customer buy at given time at specific time. Okay, the number of goods and services the consumer buy at given price at specific time. So that is called as a demand. Supply is the number of product business will sell at different prices and specific time. Okay. So there is a difference between demand and supply. Okay. Okay. So I will tell one example. Okay. So I will tell that example for I will show that one example in later point of the time. Okay. So next I am talking about next terminology is called as equilibrium price. So what is the equilibrium price in the sense? For example, you are a customer. Suppose you are a customer, I am a seller. Okay. So both of them it's a benefited. So when the both of them is a benefited, I am a seller. I am a selling product to you. So I am also while selling a product to the customer, I am also get benefited. Whereas in the customer point of view, where you are buying a product from the seller, you also get a benefited. That particular point we call it as a equilibrium price. Okay, the particular point is we call it as a equilibrium price. Okay, so we talk about later what is the equilibrium price in the first chapter. We will talk about what is the equilibrium, how we are going to achieving it. We will see in later. Uh, and Okay. The next I'm going to talk about nature of competition. Okay. If you consider in India, they are in the different type of organizations are different type of organizations are available. And then what they are going to do, they are going to manufacturing the products or services to the end customer. And then each and every companies had certain competitions are available. The competitions are divided into different category. One is called as a pure competition. So what is the meaning of pure competition in the sense many small business in same product market? Many small business in same product market. So this is the best. We can take the best example for agriculture. In the agriculture, what happened? The many people are there. What they are going to do? They are going to cultivating the different product. So normally what happened whenever in the pure competition, what happened whenever the production of the product is very high, the cultivation of the product is very high in the sense the demand of the product is reduced. Suppose the cultivation of the product is very less in the sense the demand of the product is very high. So for example, the cultivation is very less. Obviously, what happened? The demand of the product is increased. Such a thing is happen in the pure competition. And then second one is called as a monopolistic competition. In the monopolistic competition is so where is happen in the sense consider Coca-Cola and then Sprite. Okay, these are the companies come under the category of monopolistic competition. Here what happened in the sense a small number of business available, and then they are going to produce a different type of products. Okay, the price of the products determined by the owners. Okay, so this is called as a monopolistic competition. And the next category is called as a next category is called as a monopoly. Okay, what is the meaning of monopoly in the sense? So only one business sector is available. So for example, I need the electricity. Who I am going to contact? So you want to contact the Tamil Nadu electricity board, like that. Suppose I need the petrol or gases. Okay, whom I am going to contact? So suppose you needed the petrol or something in the sense you want to contact with the central government. They are running their industries. So based on, suppose you need those things in the sense directly you contact those industry and get it from them. And then next one is called as a oligopoly competition. It's the very few business selling a product. For example, consider airline industries. Okay, very few business in sector only available. So Okay, this type, this is called as that category, and then they are going to control. Okay, the owner, they are control the price of the product. Okay, so now I'm going to conclude that. So different type of competitions are available. So based on that, they are going to classify it into different category: pure and monopolistic competition, and oligopoly and monopoly. Okay, so and then based on their market strategies, they are going to fix the price for goods and services. And then whenever we are talking about economics, the people are saying that now the economics is keep on increasing. Sometimes they are the people saying that the economics is going down. Okay, so before talk about that, I am going to explaining it. What is the economic expansion? What is the economics down or economic contraction? So economic expansion is the economics is a keep on growing and consumer are spending more money. For example, all the people are get the employment in the sense. So what happened? They had the more money. They are spending for more money to buy some other product. So that is called as economics expansion. The economic contraction in the sense, for example, consider that current situation due to corona. Then many number of people, they are unable to get the employment opportunities. That's why they don't have the money to spend to buy other product. So that is called as economic contraction. In the economic cycle, we are using for a different type of terminologies. One is called as inflation. Inflation in the sense, okay, they are talking about continuously increasing the price. That is called as inflation. So inflation, okay, some other, okay, the best example is nothing but if you consider petroleum product, they keep on increasing the price of the petrol and diesel keep on increasing. So this is called as inflation. So what I'm trying to say that the people don't have sufficient amount of the money to buy a product. That thing we call it as inflation. So for example, now the price of the petrol is 105 rupees. Now all the people are unable to, some people had enough amount of the money, they can able to buy it. If we consider the rest of the people, they don't have the sufficient amount of money, they are unable to buy it. That situation we call it as a inflation. In Tamil we call it as a pancham. Okay. So for example, so how we can overcome from the inflation? So in order to overcome the inflation, the government, what they are going to do, they are going to introduce a different type of scheme. For example, they are announcing the deposit. For example, you suppose your deposit 5 lakh rupees for 2 years, you will get 7 lakh rupees after the 2 years. Like that, what happened? They are going to announcing the scheme. So if you announce what happened in the sense, those who are having the huge amount of the money, what they are going to do, they are going to deposit. That time what happened? They are unable to spend it to buy a remaining product. Okay, this is way we can overcome the inflation. Okay. The next terminology is called as a recession. The recession is called as a decline in production or employment or income. I mean, in the MNC company, they're mainly focusing on the recession. Mainly they are using the term is called as a recession. So recession in the sense, they are unable to get the more project. What happened? They are lay off the employee from the company. So this is called as a recession. So recession, we call it as a declining in production or employment or income. Next terminology is called as unemployment. So next terminology is called as unemployment. So next terminology is called as unemployment. The percentage of the population, they want to work but unable to find out the jobs. Okay. So in order to overcome the unemployment concept, what happened? The government, they are going to announcing for different type of they are going to announcing different economic zone in different places. So what is the ultimate goal of that economic zone? In the sense, their people, they will get more jobs. Okay, so that is why the people, they are going to announcing for different economic zones. Okay, and okay. So next, I'm going to talk about how we are going to evaluate the national economy. Okay, in order to measure the national economy, we are using for different terminologies. First one is called as a trade balance. Okay, the main where we are going to use the trade balance in the sense, suppose consider the India, some of the product what they are going to export to foreign countries, some of the product they are importing, and then they are going to if the profit is good in the sense what the economy of the country is it's going fine. Suppose the profit is negative in the sense what it indicates that unhealthy of unhealthy economics. It is called as unhealthy economics for a particular country. So it is one of the parameters. And then next thing is called the consumer price index. Okay, how the countries are getting the revenue. So in order to get the revenue, what they are going to provide, they are fixing the tax for they are fixing the tax goods and services. So in this way, what they are getting the revenue for the government. That is, if we consider the India, how they are going to getting the revenue for the government in the sense, they are fixing the tax. They call it as a GST. Suppose you are buying in the particular product. Suppose you are buying a car or a two-wheeler something. They provide. 28%. And then next one is next parameter is called per capita income. Okay. So it's dealing with how person revenue, average salary of the person. Okay. For example, they given one example. They indicate that the income of average Americans, the useful in determine how much average consumers spend and how much money Americans are earning. Okay, so based on that, they are going to calculate per capita income. And the next parameter is called as unemployment rate. Okay, how many number of the people are available in the nation? How many of them, out of them, how many of them gets works? Okay, okay, that is called as this is where they are measuring unemployment rate. And then inflation, already I said, the inflation in the sense that people don't have sufficient amount of the money to buy a product, that is called as inflation. So based on all the parameters, okay, in the they're what happened, they're going to measure. So based on all the parameters, what happened, they are going to evaluate the national economy of the particular country. Okay. Okay. So next, I'm going to introduce new terminologies called as entrepreneurship. So many of the people, okay, in your resume, you are putting one of the keywords called as entrepreneurship. After 10 years, become I want to be an entrepreneur. Okay. So what is the meaning of entrepreneur? Okay, entrepreneur. There. Okay. So anyone tell that what is the entrepreneur? Anyone define what is the entrepreneur? Okay, the entrepreneur is nothing but what they are going to do. They are in their individual life. What they are going to do, they are going to take the risk, and then okay. For example, Bill Gates. Okay, so okay, in what okay, so what they did in their life in the sense, in order to manufacturing the software, they put certain risk, and then they are putting in that while manufacturing the software, they are putting some innovation, and then they are putting for certain creativities, and then they are putting their time. Based on that, what happened? They are developing a product. After developing a product, what happened? They are selling their product to the market and getting the revenue. So those type of those type of person, we call it as an entrepreneur. Okay. So entrepreneur is the individual who works his or her wealth, time, and effort to develop for profit an innovative product or way of doing something. Okay. Suppose you are saying innovator in the sense, so obviously you are taking the risk in your life. You was and then while developing a product, you are putting some innovation. You had some creativity. From this, you are making a profit, and also get the reward from this. You are getting the rewards from people as well as the government. Those person we call it as an entrepreneur. Okay. So do you have any queries regarding this? Do you have any queries? Now it's the time for 9:40. Do you have any queries? If you had any queries, please ask.
No, sir.
So now I'm going to summarizing it. So what we have seen is, so first I'm going to defining what is the economics. The economic is okay. So economics is one of the science word. It's dealing with the production and consumption of the goods and services and distributing and rendering of these for human welfare. The main objective is nothing but what is why we invented that concept is called why invented in the sense the welfare of the human. Okay, and then next we talk about what are the different type of productions are available. The production is classified into different category. One is called as a business, another one is called as a services. If we consider the business, so ultimate goal is getting the profit. If we consider next category is called as a services. The services is divided into two categories. One is called as a profitable services, another one is called as a non-profitable services. So profitable in the sense, while suppose the providing services for consumer, from this you are getting the profit, that is called as a profit. Non-profitable in the sense, so welfare of the humanities, you are providing the services, but it does not have any profit. Okay, next we talked about what are the different type of economics systems are available in the real world. Next we talked about what is the meaning of resources. Okay, the resources is called classified into different categories. Suppose you are working in the college or means, so which are the component or which are the factor we call it as a resources in the sense human. Suppose you are working in manufacturing companies. Okay, in the company point of view, the resource is called as a raw material or land. Something is called as a resources. So different type of resources are available. Okay, natural resources and human resources and financial resources. And next we talked about what are the different type of economic systems are available. So first one is called as a communism. Communism in the sense, so all the peoples are treated as equal, and then the government only providing employment opportunity for the people. That is called as a communism. Socialism is nothing but some of the industries are run by government and partially run by the private sectors. Both of them providing the employment opportunity for the customer. It is called as a socialism. And capitalism is called as many of the major companies. Major companies is run by the private sectors and then providing the goods and services for the consumer. Okay. And then economics again classified it into different category: pure capitalism and modified capitalism. And pure capitalism is dealing with suppose anyone is running company, while making the decision, they are not okay. They are making the decision without government intervention. That is called as a pure capitalism. Modified in the sense, it is just opposite to pure capitalism. Okay. And then next I'm going to talk about so what is the meaning of supply and demand. Okay, demand is nothing but number of goods and services consumer buy at given price at specific time. So that is called as a demand. For example, if this is a corona situation, so now the people are they are focusing on medicines as well as foods. Okay, suppose any person is affected with the corona, what the doctor is prescribed is Okay, you take vitamin C content very often, so they are going to suggest it like they are going to prescribe like that. So now what happened? The demand of the particular product is increased. The vitamin C product is increased. Supply is another number of product business will sell at a different prices and a specific time. Okay, so for example, in the 3 years back, what happened? The demand of the uh, mm, demand of the natural products is increased. So that particular time, what happened? People were very much fascinated about that natural product. Okay, so the number of product business will sell at a different price at a specific time. So that is called as a supply. So next we talked about what is the equilibrium. So equilibrium in the sense, I am a seller, you are a consumer. At both of them get benefited. That point we call it as a equilibrium point. Okay. So we talk about later what is the equilibrium. Okay, how we are going to achieving it, and then next we talked about what are the different type of competitions are available. Okay, and when we are going to talk about economics, what are the parameters are used? We have seen that. Okay, I hope that all of you understood. Okay, any queries? Okay, thank you so much. We will meet in tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.